What's up, guys? This is Bobby Douglas, and welcome to another 2020 NBA Draft Prospect Full Game video breakdown. And today we're going to be taking a look at LSU forward Trendon Watford. Watford was a five-star recruit coming out of high school. He was McDonald's All-American, very highly touted. LSU got a great player in him, and he had a pretty productive freshman season. He had 13.6 points a game, 7.2 rebounds on close to 49% shooting from the floor. A lot of concerns about his shot consistency and just his overall feel for the game. But I do think he possesses some nice fluid movement on the offensive end. Defensively, it's a little bit tougher for him, but I do think he has some upside there as well. So I'm excited to get into this game with you guys. This is from January 14th, where LSU takes on Texas A&M, and it's an overtime game, so there will be 3 videos. And yeah, let's get right into it. And he's going to be number 2 in the purple. And again, he's 6'9", 235, pretty solid frame. And I think offensively, with the ball in his hands, he moves pretty well for somebody who you wouldn't really expect to do that. And so we'll see him get the ball right here. Not really a big threat as a shooter or a distributor at this stage in his development. He was a 26.9% three-point shooter. Right there, did a nice job getting that offensive rebound and knocked down that three. So proves me wrong on there. But again, he has pretty nice form, I think, overall. I think he has good elevation off of it as well. It's just kind of ironing it out. But I do think he has pretty nice overall dribble moves. I think he's a fluid mover with the ball in his hands. Defensively, he could be a little bit slow-footed. And so I question his viability on switches right there. Good length contesting that shot, but it took him a while to get back on the closeout. And there he is again. There's Watford. Pump fake. Simple read to Javonte Smart, and he knocks it down. There are a lot of things I like about him, and this is a prospect where he's very polarizing. Some people like him in the late first round. Others think he'll go undrafted. I'm somewhat in the middle of those extremes. I have him as my 41st best player in this class, just because I do think his upside is relatively high on the offensive end, just because of that fluid dribble ability and his just overall just proficiency on the offensive end. Not really from 3, but more just banging down low and getting it inside. So here's Watford bringing the ball up a little bit. A&M's going to this 3-quarter court press, it looks like. Good job ripping through that trap and getting it to Skylar Mays. And he is a guy who does turn it over a fair bit. I think he has 4 turnovers in this game, averaged 2.6 per game on the season, which is obviously not what you want to see. But in terms of the physical skill of dribbling the basketball, I think he does have that. It's just a matter of his decision-making is pretty basic, and it's often predictable at times, and he usually just doesn't make the right reads on a lot of plays. Had a pretty negative assist-to-turnover ratio. He averaged around 1.7 assists compared to 2.6 turnovers. So he definitely needs to improve just making decisions. But I think all the physical things that you would look for offensively are there. Just a matter of ironing out his skills. So he's guarding on the wing right here. Good job just staying home and helping. In that drive. And again, so he's really kind of bringing this ball up against this press. He's one of the 2 primary ball handlers right now, which is pretty interesting to see. Yeah, I do like that he's kind of active on defense. Again, doesn't really move his feet super well. I think his footwork's a little bit sloppy. We got a timeout for A&M here, so I will skip ahead. And here we go. So I'm just going to post up here. Looks like he's flashing out to the corner. Again, he's pretty comfortable playing on the perimeter, especially if he irons out that shot. Again, only a 27% three-point shooter. Not encouraging, but if he irons out that shot, I think he could be a very nice swingman in the NBA. Problem is, he only shot around 67% from the line, free throw line that is, so the overall hope and potential for that shot is a little bit limited in my view. But he could easily be one of the biggest swing prospects based on the improvement of one singular skill in this draft, in my opinion. So we got almost a turnover. Now we got a travel. Interesting. So I'll skip ahead this media timeout right here. No, this is a flashback from last year where I think that's Tremont Waters. Yeah, a bunch of flashbacks here. Here we go. So again, they're running him at the top of their press, and he's tasked with trapping and things like that. So they do trust him to have a little bit of mobility right there. I worry about his switching potential in the NBA just a little bit, but I think he does have at least some viable option at that end of the floor. Right there, a little bit late to hit his man on the box out, but no harm, no foul there. Again, you can see he's on the perimeter when he's 6'9", and usually good job booking off the defender. That's a really nice step and jump shot. Again, he does have the range, I would say. It's just ironing out that consistency. And look at him picking up full court right here as well. There are a lot of things to like about Watford, just in terms of his hustle. And so now he's on the ball, obviously on a smaller player. Not much going on there. Watford a little bit late to react to that switch. Again, pretty much allowed his man to go back door right there, but again, I think there was help on that possession. Good job going straight up, although the basket was good. So again, it looks like they're going to try and reverse the ball to him. Here we go. But just notice how LSU is using him. Again, they're running, I think, Marlon Taylor's in there, and then Emmett Williams. And Watford's the tallest guy on the floor for LSU, and he's mainly on the perimeter. And he has shown potential to really be able to body up and go at big guys in the lane and finish through contact. But that's not how LSU is really using him in this game. And I think that does show his offensive versatility, especially if that shot comes along. I think he could be a very solid NBA player. And I'll let this run. See what he does here. Again, quick little jab. Nothing going on there. Going in for three, and he's going to knock that one down again. So he starts off, I think he went 2 for 5 from 3 in this game, so obviously a better than expected shooting performance from him in this game. But again, the form looks pretty solid to me. Maybe it's a little bit slow to get off. But when he's wide open in catch and shoot situations, I haven't really looked at the synergy for Trendon Watford yet, but that's because I don't really have access to synergy. But, off of catch and shoot, I think he has a pretty nice release and a nice form. So I'd venture to guess that's probably a higher percentage than the rest of his three-point attempts right there. Bit on the pump fake. Again, just the defensive discipline and awareness I do think he needs to work on a tad bit more if he really wants to stick in the NBA. And if he leaves, he's a one and done. And, I think there are certainly cases for either side, whatever he wants to do, whether go to the NBA or stay at LSU. I think another year at LSU won't hurt his stock. So, and I'm not really sure with this draft, there's so much uncertainty. So I'm not really sure if that would play into his decision or not. But overall, I do think he's a guy who's worthy of getting drafted. It's just a matter of, can you improve your stock a substantial amount and really get to that next level as a prospect in 2021. I'm not really sure how much there is to be gained with another year at LSU, but if he shows a better outside shot and a little bit more defensive awareness, I think he could make himself a borderline first-round pick. There is, of course, the other side of that where, maybe he doesn't have as good of a season as he did his freshman season, and his draft stock lowers. There's a lot of variables to be worked out right here. Let's see what he does here. Ooh, that's a nice little pass from Watford. Again, read the defense well, and nice little drop-down pass to, I think that was Darius Days who hit that lay-in. That was a nice little play from Watford, though. Again, he does show a little bit of passing vision, but it's just his decision making just really isn't super consistent. We're going to see it right here again. Again, that's nice. That's a simple read. And he's going to finish with the lay-in on this play. But yeah, I don't hate that read from Watford. That was a smart play. Resulted in a bucket for his team. Again, so I like using Watford at the top of that press that LSU runs. A little bit of a havoc from VCU, from Will Wade's VCU days. And now he's kind of back in the paint. Good board from Watford right there. And again, he's very comfortable grabbing the ball and going because he does have that advanced dribbling ability for his size. So I'm right there. Just bring the ball up the floor. No real issues. Got a foul on the ground here. And Watford is actually out for about a minute. So I will skip ahead to 15:48. So again, there's Watford at the top of that press. A little bit slow to get back right there. Again, not great end-to-end speed or lateral speed in my opinion, but it's good enough right there. Total misfire on that shot fake. That can't happen. I don't even know what he was doing. He was jumping aimlessly right there. Although he grabbed that rebound and made a nice transition pass to Skylar Mays. Not really involved in that play a whole lot outside of making that pass, but I'll skip ahead these free throws right here. Again, Watford, top of the press. Skylar Mays is going to come up with that. Watford was looking for a shot there. Couldn't really find anything. We got a media timeout right here, so I will skip ahead. And here we go. We're back. 11:45 left on the clock. Watford, and again, they like running him at just this, as almost this top of the key, big defender. And so I like the role that he's being used in because I think he needs to work on that if he wants to have a good NBA career. And he's pretty decent at that in the full court. Half court's a little bit of a different issue, I would say. And here he is. Good quick pass out to Mays. Here's Watford again. Good reversal. See what he does in there. Ooh, almost got the lay-in to go. But we'll watch him shoot free throws. He was only a 67% free throw shooter this year, so not great. And again, that's where the upside is a little bit limited just because that doesn't really correlate well to having a decent outside shot in the NBA. But we'll watch his form and we will see if we can pick anything up. Yeah, that's a lot of work going on there. Made the shot, but I don't really like his form. There's too much going on. He's stepping back with his left foot, kind of rocking back and forth. I'm not a huge fan of his free throw routine. Yeah, I think this is pretty busy. Made both, though. So again, right there, you just saw that guard kind of blow by him once Watford was kind of getting into a stance. And so I'm not really sure his defensive stance can really hold up with speedy guards at the NBA level. You saw right there, Texas A&M's point guard kind of really had no issue getting by Watford. Granted, he funneled him towards the sideline, which was a smart play. But just in turn, I don't think he can really do what he's doing at LSU super consistently. Good job being in that pick and roll coverage. That was a nice job by Watford, just kind of staying alert. Good job helping. Yeah, and again, here he is bringing the ball up the floor for LSU. Got a moving screen, it looks like, on Emmett Williams. So I will skip ahead. Watford on the ball right there. Mays kind of got in the way of him. We got travel on Texas A&M. Waze was just in his way. Oh, he's gonna have. Yep. That didn't look bad. That was probably the right shot to take as well. Or a little bit early in the shot clock maybe, but he was 2 for 2 before that. I think he's feeling it. Right there, he did a nice job reacting and moving his feet. He was a little bit caught off balance, I would say, but overall, nice job just kind of not letting anything go by him. Maybe he was a little bit jumpy, but again, I'd rather have too jumpy than not jumpy enough. So that's fine by me. Would have liked to see him a little bit more engaged. He went up to try and pick that pass off, but just in terms of the box out and everything, he wasn't really super active on that possession, I would say. Skylar Mays with a nice pump fake. Good kick out as well. Good job fighting for that rebound. He didn't come up with it, but that's another thing he does well on the offensive glass. I think he's pretty active in that regard. He'll go up and get a lot of rebounds that you maybe don't think people can. And so I do like his fight on the offensive end. Defensively, he's a little bit more lethargic. I'm not really willing to say it's necessarily an effort problem, but he just has an extra spring in his step when going for offensive rebounds, I would say. But again, they're really running a lot of press break through him. I like what I'm seeing with him. Because we talk about all these forwards who can catch the ball and then lead the fast break. How many of them can actually dribble the ball and do that consistently? We've looked at several guys like Precious Achiuwa, Paul Reed we've seen. But with Trendon Watford, I think he has the best dribbling skills out of any of those guys. It's just going to be the improvement on the decision making. That's going to be what along with his shooting, is really going to be a swing skill in the NBA. And so I'm excited to see how that develops for him. But he does have the natural dribbling ability to run the fast break at the NBA level. So right there, he looked a little bit caught off guard by that cut. It looks like he was helping and he was tagging, which was a smart play, but he just was caught off guard from that player who just cut in front of him for an easy layup. And again, right there, you just see kind of just a little bit frazzled when he got pressured with the ball. He got trapped, obviously, rushed his decision and just threw a bad pass to Javonte Smart. We got the under 8 media timeout, so I'll skip ahead here. So now Watford, we're seeing a little bit more in the post to start this possession. Again, right there, good job recovering with that box out, but he was a little bit late. His man started going right before he even looked. Picked up his dribble maybe a little bit too early right there. I don't know what kind of a shot that was. That was, what the hell? I've never seen anything like that. So again, right there, he just kind of, like, that's just a miscommunication, and that can't really happen. That's more on Skylar Mays. It looked like they really wanted to do a switch right there, but that was just a whole pretty awful looking breakdown defensively for LSU right there. Oh, we got back. Okay. So here's Watford with the ball. Going to get a screen from Emmett Williams. Again, I would like to see him use a little bit more in pick and roll as the handler, just because I think that's something that he could benefit from. That's a nice feed to Skylar Mays, who's going to knock down that three. That was a really nice cross-court pass. Again, the vision was there, right there. So he does show flashes. It just needs, it's going to be a constant work in progress with him, I'd say. Right there, we got a foul, so I will skip ahead. I think Watford's out for a little bit right there, so I'll just play it from here. Looks like LSU's going to be a defensive too. He doesn't do screen and roll. And again, that's just a crucial mistake. You can't go under on that screen. I mean, I'm really not a fan of going under any screens in any circumstances, unless it's like a true non-shooter, like unless Udoka has a Buki's just out there chucking. But again, right there, just a simple mistake. I don't know what the plan was there. Whether it was to switch or not, but I'm not a huge fan of that. Nice job flashing into the middle of the lane though and getting that floater to go. That was a pretty nice finish from Watford, I would say. But again, just as liable to make simple coverage mistakes defensively, I would say. And just his overall defensive discipline, I do think needs work. I don't think it's a death sentence by any means, but I do think if he really wants to be a better pro and a more viable option as a draft pick, I do think he should definitely work on that a little bit more. Just kind of just knowing coverages. Knowing scouting reports, things like that. And a lot of freshmen struggle with that, so it's definitely not, as I said earlier, it's not a death sentence by any stretch. Just something to monitor from him. We got a media timeout right here, so I'll be able to skip ahead. And here we go. Watford kind of chasing around the post. Let's see what he does here. He's in post defense right now. LSU's trapping. Good job from Watford boxing out right there. The shot went in, but that was a way better effort overall from Watford than what we've seen on previous possessions defensively. Right there, maybe picked up his dribble a little bit too early, and again, he stopped on a dime. Let's see what he does here. Good job just drawing defense in and getting the open shot, but obviously that's not really who you want shooting the three. It looks like that's going to be, we got a foul, and it's going to be A&M ball. So Watford with that rebound. Good movement overall from LSU there. Man, they're really moving the ball well here. See right there, you just see the fluidity with his dribble, the explosiveness that he does have with the dribble, sets up an open look for a teammate, and that's a really strong play. And that's why I do think Trendon Watford's upside offensively, if he can really iron out that three-point shot, it's a legit entity to have because his handle is really good and really fluid and really quick for being a 6'9", 235 power forward coming out of high school. So I think he's really polished that handle off well, and again, it just comes down to making those outside shots. Because he is a guy, if he gets a little bit more consistent with his jump shot, I could see becoming an off-the-dribble threat on pull-ups in situations like that. So, really, I think the sky's limited. Again, right there, a little behind the, I think that was between the legs dribble right there. And so I think that dribbling ability is really going to unlock a lot of things for him if he just continues to improve his shot and his decision-making. Here's Watford just kind of hugging the big man down low. Good job helping him reaching around. He kind of forced that turnover right there. Good job staying home and using that length against a very short point guard for A&M. I think this is the ball movement from LSU right there. So right there, he was trapped. He got the ball out of his hands pretty quickly. Again, telegraphed the pass, but he did get it off in time at least. Got a timeout for A&M, so I will skip ahead. Watford guarding the high post. Looks like there's going to be no screen and roll there. And then they switch, and let's see what Watford does on this guard. Nothing much. Was kind of in a drop position, looking like he was afraid to get beat. And again, he's going to be his best case scenario defensively in those types of situations is viable. I would say he's not going to be a guy who's going to be forcing a lot of turnovers. He's just going to be a guy who can contain at best, and just you live with the semi-open pull-up three in those situations, I would say. We got free throws here, so I'll skip these. Then here's Watford bringing the ball up. Again, I really like this part of his game. Good job staying straight up right there as well. The bucket did go, but Watford did a nice job. He got kind of turned around, but he recovered well. And so, again, just working on that footwork defensively, just kind of working on your awareness, head on a swivel at all times, things like that, I think will help him in the long run. But, again, he does have that knack to recovering well. We've seen it a few times in different situations. Let's see what he does here. Good use of the jab step. It's a really bad look from three, but that was kind of forced. And late in the half, so I'm willing to give a pass on that one. So that's the end of the first half. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a lot about Trendon Watford. I did as well, by watching this game. So I will see you for the second half video and also the overtime video. Make sure, because there are 3 videos in this game due to this game going into overtime. So make sure you stay tuned for both of those videos coming up soon, and we will see you then. Thanks.